What's up, everybody? Courtney Morse, Natural Wellness Physiotherapy, coming at you from the new place at Optimal Performance. This week we're going to start a series about squat. I did a squat technique seminar at Compelled Fitness over the weekend, and it kind of got my brain flowing and all these different things that we talk about. And just because you're not over here at the rig, loading up a back squat every week, doesn't mean that you don't do plenty of squatting already. I mean, squatting is involved with deadlift, it's involved with burpees, jumping, wall balls, all this other stuff, and so we have to be proficient at the squat at its most basic level. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about, and the place that we often see this go wrong, is right here in our very first position, right? So number one, we're going to have a nice stable braced core as we're going through here. The first thing that we want to do is that we want to hinge at the hips, okay? Our spine's not really moving, we're not arching, and we're not tucking it below. It stays pretty stationary. We're gonna hinge at the hip, right? A lot of times when we see somebody get into trouble with their squat, the very first thing that they do is they bend at the knees, right? Their first move is knee forward, and then it's all downhill from there, right? Now, if you go through and you'll watch, little kids, 4 or 5-year-olds, they have just the most beautiful squat technique, and it's something about sticking them in school for 13 years and parking them behind a desk that affects that. But the squat technique, it all starts with them going like they're sitting into a chair, and we should do the same thing, right? The very first move, hinge at that hip, and then we can start the descent. But if we start leading with our knees, we're going to have a tough time getting a really good squat the rest of the way. So mess with that, check your squat a little bit, play with it over the next couple of days or so, and make sure that you're starting your squat off in the right way. If you have questions or comments, leave them below in that section. But until next time, Courtney Morse, Natural Wellness Physiotherapy.